Today we're going to spend a few minutes looking at how we might head off a major ecological disaster from flooding. Flash flooding from solid surfaces, like this path. There must be millions of them, made of non-porous material, concrete, slabs, etc., etc. South of the border, they've introduced legislation to prevent people from concreting their entire front garden. Now, you can still have a car park in the front garden if you like, but using porous, permeable materials. And Jeremy Swallow from Marshall has one system that can solve the problem. How do you do it?
It's all called Sustainable Urban Drainage Systems.
Yes.
And our system is called Priora, which is a brand name.
Yes, yeah.
Really what this does, it's managing rainfall or water where it lands at source and then goes between the gaps in the paving. It's a specially designed block.
Let's have a wee look at just the sign of the block and then we'll get on to the site. This is it.
Okay, as you can see, it's 60 mil. So it's a good depth. It's got strength and rigidity. But around the edge, there's a patented nib design.
Yeah.
So this creates voids between each block, and so the water can go through into the subbase.
And it's quite. That also would help to lock it together.
Yeah, it does link them. You've still if you turn a car, you're not going to be lifting or it'll be skewing out slightly. But the water, most importantly, goes down the sides and into the subbase.
It seems to me that the subbase is actually the crucial bit.
Oh, and the block as well.
Yeah, well,
You've got to get the water down there.
I don't wish to talk down your product, dear boy. No, but can you do this anywhere?
You can't do it everywhere. Clays are not good and heavy soils are not good, and then we'd look at putting different systems in.
Other systems, but I think we ought to, instead of talking, we should go and look at the job, eh?
Yeah, it's easy to show it.
Well, there's no better place to demonstrate this than our driveway garden, Jeremy, but run me through the process.
Okay, what we've done already is obviously we've excavated the site.
Yep.
We've put the haunchings on because we don't want the blocks moving like a typical kind of driveway installation.
Sure.
Then we're putting the first layer of the specially calibrated aggregates down into the hole.
Yeah, what sort of depth are we talking about overall?
Overall, we're looking at 310 millimetres, and that constitutes around 250, 260 of the 20 mil aggregate.
Yeah.
And then we put a 50 mil depth 6 millimetre aggregate on there as well.
That's sort of, in old money, that's just over a foot, isn't it?
Just over a foot. And what's unique about that is that over the last 25 years, that kind of subbase will hold that volume of water and let it percolate away into the soil below. Yeah. And it's an essential part because it's a DIFM. It's a do it for me. It's not a DIY.
So what's the story of this hole here?
Okay, what we've done, and what everybody should do before putting in a sustainable urban drainage system, is do a soil permeability test.
Yes.
So what we've got here is a 400 by 400 by 400 hole. What we'd recommend is to dig 2 or 3 holes, depending on the size of the area of your drive. Here we've got 30 square metres, so we did 3, because the strata of the soil as you go down changes.
And what does this tell you?
So we fill it with water. And then we measure it over 18 hours. Now, the top quarter, we don't really count in the test. What's the important is from 3/4 to a quarter down. Over 18 hours, we're looking for the water to disappear into the ground.
And that would be the tipping point. If it can't do that, then...
Now, if that doesn't work, obviously, you'd have to look at other systems.
And, of course, if it doesn't work, you've just 3 holes to fill.
Well, that's not bad if you're going to do the work anyway.
So what's the job we're doing now?
Well, what we're doing, to finish it off, we're putting the 6 mil washed aggregate, again, as a top layer, and we're going to brush that into the block, and that'll disappear through the block as well, and that stabilise it as well.
How much is it going to cost me?
Right, the big money
Yorkshireman,
question.
you know.
What we're looking at here, probably for a Priora installation, you're looking at maybe 110 to 120 pounds per square metre.
This is a ballpark figure. That's all we're
So it's a ballpark
looking
figure.
for.
But what is eliminated is, if you went for a traditional drive, you'd be looking at drainage in there as well. So that would be an additional cost. So in the end, it's probably about very similar to having your driveway installed traditional method with MOT Type 1.
If you're thinking about a new driveway, or if you're already planning to do something, think of the environment. Think of a system like this, which solves a big problem, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Nobody had a better rain on my parade. Yeah.
Well, as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating of it. And these guys said that this surface would actually consume water from a dumper truck.
Oh, hence the sandbags then.
Well, a bit of safety first.
We're about to drop 3 tons of water onto this, just in case it doesn't work. We don't want the garden to
No,
get
but it
flooded.
looks super.
Well, yes, it's fine. On you go, mate.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay, I'm calm.
it's
I'm
not
reasonably
bad.
calm. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. Oh, my
Look
goodness.
at that.
Fab.
Wow.
Fantastic. Wow.
I'm absolutely speechless. That is
it
amazing.
really is good.
The boy has earned his corn.